Hi everyone, I'm Leanne Wood from the KBIS PR and social media team, and welcome to KBIS Now. It's been a few weeks since we've done a segment, and we better jump right in because we are now 5 weeks from the show. It's incredible that the countdown is that close. So we want to talk today about some exciting things that are happening, and what we're going to focus on today is the new KBIS NeXT Bar, sponsored by Modenus. And my co-host, Brian Pagel, Vice President of the Kitchen and Bath Group for Emerald Expositions, is with me here today. And we also have the sponsor of the KBIS NeXT Bar, Veronika Miller, CEO of Modenus Media. Brian, so this is a new concept. We're doing it for the first time. Tell us what the KBIS NeXT Bar is about.
Yeah, absolutely. But before we get into that, again, I want to thank Veronika and Modenus for supporting this. This is a really great opportunity. The concept is really very unique. We want to give one-on-one, very small group, very informal sessions and opportunities for designers, remodelers, whomever, to come speak with key editors and do full portfolio reviews. It's, again, the first time we're doing this. The schedule is rolling out, but I'd invite you to go to kbis.com to learn more. But everything will start at 10:30 on all 3 show days, quickly followed up by a number of incredible panels and special events for the entire KBIS experience. So again, 9 top-tier editors will be there. There will be opportunities to sign up online, and again, the programming is all sponsored by our friends at Modenus.
And after the portfolio reviews in the KBIS NeXT Bar, we are going to have special Modenus programming as well, and we're also going to have a social media manager meetup in that space. So we'll talk about that in a minute. So Veronika, let's dive into what Modenus is doing. You yourself have 3 very cool sessions after the portfolio reviews in the mornings. You are on, well, you're kind of taking the lunch hour over from 12 to 1 on January 19th and 20th. And I understand it's so cool that you can't even tell us what the topics are going to be right now.
Yeah, exactly. That is because I really haven't thought about them. I'm kidding. Of course, it's been it's been a very sophisticated process. But actually, what we want and what we love about this KBIS NeXT Bar concept is that it is small group, one-on-one. It's where I personally am most at home. It's a great environment, and what this is all about. We want to have a session for questions and answers for people that want to know about blogging, about social media, about digital media, where it's all going, what should they do now, what should they maybe kind of forget about, and we want this to be very much a community-generated thing. So we are, starting this week, going to put the question out to our online communities and having people submit their questions, things they want to know. And we then invite up to 10 people to join us for lunch on day 1 and day 2 of KBIS to meet us. And I'll tell you in a minute how to sign up for that, because it is very much a space-limited thing. That's because we're buying lunch. And no, there won't be any bubbly, just for everybody out there. But there will be lunch. And we will have the opportunity to go through some of those questions. For people in those round tables to weigh in on those topics, we will share them on social media live from the show floor, but we'll also take questions, and we really want this to be a conversation. That's why we're not really saying, what's it all about? We never believe in kind of streamlining a conversation process too much. We want to hear what people already know, what they're thinking, and then filter that back into our social communities online to have them weigh in with us.
And it's interesting, I mean, we had social media meetups and discussions the last couple of years of the show, but as we know, the environment changes so rapidly, and you yourself have been amazing at keeping up with that changing landscape. So it's not only for people who are beginning in social media, it's for people who have been trying it for years basically now, and you can discuss what the next step is.
Exactly, exactly. And you have to be on your toes. It's quick. There's no school out there that will teach you this. You know, most of us are out there. We're testing things. We at Modenus test all the time. We've just launched a new concept, Design Hounds, which we'll also see at the show later. It's about staying on top of the game and delivering that to personally to some of our clients to make sure that they get the best return on their investments, and that design professionals out there, don't waste their time. We want to help them understand what makes sense and what may not make sense any longer.
So this, I think, is the perfect opportunity for people to pick your brain and to network with other people. As you said, not just about social media, about blogging, about other issues in the design community. So these 10 people, how do they participate?
We will launch an Eventbrite invitation, and again, it is very limited. Obviously, 10 people on day 1, 10 people on day 2, and that's it. So up to 20 people is a max of people that can participate live. But like I said, we will send that link out as soon as we have it ready. I think it should be going out this week as well. So those spaces should probably fill up pretty quickly, judging by some of our other Q&A events around the country. People do want to have that conversation, and we're there to have it. So look for that link on Twitter. We'll post it on Facebook. We'll wherever we can, and yeah, get in there as quickly as you can. Book it, and be sure to show up for that hour of lunch, so that we make sure we use up all the spaces that we've allotted for this.
Okay, great. I know that your Modenus Talks platform has been very successful, and this is like a kind of a mini extension of that, so perfect. Now let's talk about the final of the 3 sessions that you're hosting in the KBIS NeXT Bar. You're doing a KBIS Trends Roundup, and I know that's going to be exciting, and the timing is perfect. You're having it on Wednesday, January 20th from 3 to 3:45, which is right before the show announces the Best of KBIS 2016 winners, so what a warm-up.
Exactly. So this is sort of, we will have an awful lot of people on the ground trend spotting at the show for us, and we're going to bring all of their insights back to the table. Not all of them will be there, but quite a few of them, compiling some of their thoughts, how their latest kitchen and bath design finds tie into color of the year, for instance, how we can connect all the dots in this great design world that's out there. So and that is open to anyone. It'll be a bigger session. So if you're interested in hearing the insights of some of our blog tour alumni that are racing through the show for 2 days, that's the time to do that and kind of, again, have that conversation.
Okay, so please join us right before. I hope everyone has the Best of KBIS award ceremony in their schedule. Please join Veronika prior to that for a little bit of warm-up, and we'll see how it matches the trends and the discussion. So that's really cool, back-to-back programming. Now, let's talk about, well, can we talk about me for a second, Brian?
Why not? Why not? why don't you tell us a little bit about your social media manager meetup?
I know I'm usually the one asking the questions on these, so now I kind of get to talk. So yeah, so we are having actually, and we'll go back to blog tour. So now I just want to talk about finishing the programming in the KBIS NeXT Bar. But on Thursday from 10:30 to 11:30 in the KBIS NeXT Bar area, I am hosting a social media manager meetup. So any exhibitor out there who is interested in sharing best practices, talking about what worked, what didn't work, talking about how we keep the KBIS brand alive and the exhibitor brands alive all year long, not just in the show period, come and meet with us. We'll have coffee and refreshments, and we're looking forward to sharing what worked, what didn't, and looking forward to KBIS 2017. So that closes off the programming for the KBIS NeXT stage. And now we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about that little thing called Blog Tour KBIS. Veronika?
Haven't heard of it. And by the way, just to endorse that social media manager meetup, brands should go there. I know very few people who are on top of their game on social media like Flying Camel. I really have to say you've done such an amazing job with KBIS Social. They have a lot to learn, and you've got the goods. So there you go. There's my endorsement, and don't get used to this kind of stuff because it's rare.
Okay, thank you.
Now back to me. Really, back to me. Blog tour, yes. Brian is going, what did I sign up for you? Yes, biggest blog tour in the history of blog tour since 2011. So 4 years of doing this, and we are bringing 24 bloggers to blog tour, and they're coming from the US, they're coming from Canada, They're coming from England, they're coming from Holland, and they come from Dubai. So we're really trying to layer in an international element. It's high time that we did that. I think it's really important for that conversation in the kitchen and bath arena to take place. And we're hoping we can start some of that. And we're breaking it into two groups because, again, I'm all about global to local, and it doesn't make sense if big numbers don't really answer anything. It is about individual engagement. So we're bringing extra staff on our end to make sure that we're on the show floor, either as individuals, so we're going to be like 28, 30 people, or when we do show up in groups, it'll be 2 groups of 12 that work with our sponsors, covering what's new at their booth, and then they have a lot of time to also scour the rest of KBIS and find their favorites. So that's very much an editorial part of the program. But 24 people. We're there a day prior where we have some events going on in the city of Las Vegas proper, and then we have day 1 and day 2 at KBIS. And we also are launching our #DesignHounds photo contest that will be open to anyone that would like to participate. We will hand out details via social media a little bit later this month, so people can prep for that. They do have to visit sponsor booths that participate in this, take a selfie of their favorite product, upload it to Instagram with the #DesignHounds, and the grand prize is a trip to Eurocachina in Milan next year. So that's a big one. And it also ties in with your KB selfie contest, which is going to be really great. So lots of chances to win, lots of great coverage online for the friends that can't be there, and I think it's going to rock.
Now, Veronika, I do have a question for you. Am I eligible for this? Because I know people want to see me taking selfies.
Yes, they do. Brian, I think you should be first in line. Absolutely. You just want to go to Eurocachina, don't you?
Okay, well, we'll wrap it up now. This was really fun. Thank you, guys. Obviously, the KBIS NeXT Bar is going to be an exciting place to be located. Brian, it's right next to the KBIS NeXT stage.
Yes.
Maybe you can talk about that environment a little bit.
Yeah, it's in the South Hall where our primary registration is, about midway back. There will be plenty of signage, so it'll be hard to miss it. But we've got all of our activities this year centered around the KBIS NeXT stage. We'll have the KBIS NeXT Bar there. There will be refreshments in the afternoon, lunches during the day available for purchase, and then for the sponsored sessions, obviously those will be provided. So plenty of things going on. Be sure to go to the KBIS app, which is unveiled here in the coming days to get the latest list. Go to kbis.com or grab a directory.
Okay, great. Well, thanks, Veronika. Thanks, Brian. We'll wrap that up today, and our next KBIS Now segment is going to be about diving a little deeper into those portfolio reviews. So stay tuned for that. Have a great day.